Hi guys, hi everyone. I know there's no one out there. Most of you watch this a few hours later. So I wanted to do a response video to the comments I'm getting about my age. I also wanted to just talk about my general carnivore lifestyle that I have. So it's gonna get comfy. So just so you know, I'm from southwest UK, near Bristol, in a small seaside town called Weston-super-Mare. I'm 56 years old, and I'm going to be 57 on the 10th of July, and I was born in 1967. So what it is, I've been getting some good messages saying that they can't believe my age, and which I take as a total compliment, and I'm guessing that my face looks a bit younger, and my physique's a bit younger looking. Hang on, there's someone trying to ring. Let me get that phone. Oh, it's not ringing anymore. Right. That's typical. Anyway, I just want you guys out there to know that I am definitely 56 and I'm definitely 57. You can Google me. My name is Louis Macreades. Louis Macreades. Macrides. First name Louis, Louis, and you will find my date of birth and everything all on there. But I understand why you guys think, some of you guys think I might not be my age, because maybe you don't fully understand the benefits of the carnivore diet. Maybe you're new to the carnivore diet. But I think anyone that knows about the carnivore diet or is doing the carnivore diet will have no doubt about my age and has seen many people on YouTube that look much younger than they are. Some people call it the carnivore glow. And because the truth is, the carnivore diet does make your skin look smoother. I do dye my hair. I'm not going to lie to you. You can see there's a bit of grey here. I've been dyeing my hair for 10 years. But there's nothing fake with my body. Yeah. So this is my genuine body. You've seen it in the videos that I do upstairs in my kids' bedroom. There's nothing fake in what I'm doing with this diet. I literally 9 months ago, because I had become fat and I'd been unwell for many years. I had ulcerative colitis and I had it for 15 years. And so little pop-up messages have come up. I had ulcerative colitis for 15 years and it was a bad case. I originally went to the doctors all those years ago and they did some very uncomfortable tests on me. They wanted me to take, is it an enema and some kind of steroid medication to try and soothe the symptoms. Is it called predno or prednoism? Paratrooper 73. I'm Louis, by the way. Tell me your name and what country you're from. Yes, the carnival glow, the velvet glow. And do you know where I get that saying, velvet glow, from? Homestead How? Is it Homestead? He said it. Do you have the carnival glow? And I thought, wow, what a great way of putting it. Because so many carnivores have the glow. They do. They just look different. And not just in their skin and how healthy they look, but in the look in their eyes, the sharpness, and also their outlook on life is so optimistic and keen and full of life. And it isn't one or two carnivores. It's every carnivore that has been doing it for more than 2 weeks, I would say. And hello, Carmen from Holland. My dog's name is Louis. Well, I got two dogs here. Where are they? Ella, where is she? There's one behind me. Ella, come on. She's being shy. Ella, you gonna come up? No, she's lying down. She might come up. She might come and sit on my lap in a minute. She's a Jack Russell. Louis is a great name for a dog. Anyway, so I'm going back to so you've got the people that are messaging me saying there's no way you're 56, you're lying, I don't believe you. And I can't prove it unless I did try and post my driver's license, but yeah, Jack Russell's are cool. I got 2. I did try and post my driver's license, but then YouTube told me off, so I deleted it. And so there's nothing I can do. It's either people are going to believe me or they're not. So, and let's go back to where I was. So I had ulcerative colitis, which meant I was going to the toilet 6 to 8 times a day. It was very embarrassing. I couldn't leave the house before 11:30 a.m. just in case I had an accident. Do you know how embarrassing that is? And I have got a beautiful wife. And my wife, God bless her, she accepted this very embarrassing illness that I had fully. She just accepted it, and I learned to live with it. So I never realized that it was because of what I was eating. And the doctors never told me, change your diet and it might make a difference to your ulcerative colitis. And I would leak and bleed. And sometimes my ulcerative colitis was so bad that I would have an accident out of the blue, when I'm out. A few times when I was driving. So can you imagine how embarrassing that was? Anyway, moving on. My stomach had become like a bubble. My face had got fat. I had very bad dandruff, very bad. My gums were bleeding. And this is the other one. I was getting serious dizzy spells, like so serious that I would stop and almost feel like I was going to fall over. And my energy levels had completely gone. Like if my children wanted to go for a run with me, I couldn't run. I was like, I can't do it, guys. I'm too tired. I don't have the, when you want to do a run and you get this rush of adrenaline that makes you run fast. I'd lost that. So my energy levels had become very flat and my sleeping was bad. I mean, I'm not the best sleeper anyway, but my sleeping was really bad. My overthinking, anxiety was at the max. I didn't have depression, but I would feel sad sometimes. Yeah. And I got to a point in my life where I started thinking, I'm on the slope to dying. I'm now in my late 40s, early 50s. And I sort of had accepted, well, this is the beginning of the end. I'm just going to get fatter and more unhealthy. My ulcerative colitis is going to get worse and worse. Eventually, I may have to have part of my colon removed or maybe even a colostomy bag. And that other illnesses would come from my ulcerative colitis. And I honestly thought I was going to have a heart attack in my early 60s. And I had a very bleak outlook on life. I never thought I would ever regain my energy levels. I never thought I was going to be slim again. Because I am as slim now as I was when I was 17. That's how slim I am. So I'm 10 stone 10. When I was 17, I think I was slightly heavier than that. So when I started the carnivore diet, I was 12 stone 4, 12 stone 5. Anyway, so my brother is phoning me and he's saying to me, Louis, you're not looking well lately. There's something different in you. I'm worried about you. I've got a twin brother, 56. And this got me thinking. And then I'd been to the doctors for a blood test on something else. And then the doctor sent me a letter saying you're pre-diabetic. Now, I didn't know anything about being pre-diabetic. I had no idea. I didn't understand what type 1 diabetes is or type 2. I didn't know about blood sugar. I didn't know that bread and rice and pasta turn to sugar when you eat them. I didn't know anything about insulin spikes or insulin resistance. I literally was clueless. I didn't know you could get your energy from animal fats and from sugar. I didn't understand what a carbohydrate was. I didn't know what the word starchy was. So I started looking into it and thinking, pre-diabetes, so what do I have to do? And the doctor didn't tell me what to do. He did say, the nurse said to me, just don't have sugar in your tea. And don't eat so many cakes and donuts. It was a bit of that. But so when I started looking into it, and I stumbled across the carnivore diet, and it was Dr. Ken Berry. Yeah, and I am a member of his group, the proper human diet. And the reason I liked Dr. Ken Berry was because he was straight to the point. He was very blunt, and I could listen to his live feeds. And his live feeds, going back years, you could learn everything you needed to learn about food, about what you should eat, shouldn't eat, what foods do to you. It taught me about blood sugars and insulin resistance and what an insulin spike was. It taught me all the benefits that can come from eating fatty meat, red meat, all meat, egg, fish. It taught me that salt is good for me. It taught me that butter is good for me. And you've got to be quiet a minute. It taught me, it's my little boy there as well. It also taught me about cholesterol, and that we have been misled about cholesterol and the damage it can do, and about eating meat and eggs, and the cholesterol you can eat meat and eggs, and the cholesterol in the meat and eggs is very good for you. And I started to understand. Do you want to sit on my lap?
But where's my real phone?
I don't know, but let me just do this. Do you want to sit on my lap, or do you want to go sit on your phone? He's on his phone. All the kids are addicted to their phones. Anyway, so it started to make me understand. Come on then. All right, he's 3 years old. Then it's Tina. Right, you do have to be quiet there because I'm doing this. Yeah, you can wave at the people if you want. Anyway, Tina is 3. No, don't start poking your tongue out at people. So then I started understanding that cholesterol is really good for you, and every cell in your body is made of cholesterol. Someone just said hello to you. You can give them a wave. Anyway, yay. So then I started understanding that cholesterol is good for you. Your body makes its own cholesterol. And I was saying it to my friends and family, and they were like, oh, no, you can't eat meat. And cholesterol will give you a heart attack, and it will block your arteries. So I'll give you a wave then. And so Carmen, give you a wave then. The name's Carmen. Yeah? Anyway, so then I starting to understand about inflammation, and that when you start having too much sugar and too much carbs, and that it can cause inflammation in your body, because I was getting very achy bones and achy muscles, and at night I was aching, and when I would wake up in the morning, I couldn't walk down the stairs. I'd have to go down the stairs one step at a time, and this was going back 7-8 years. And I just thought it was normal. Oh, yeah, you're older now, so you can't walk down the stairs fast anymore in the morning. In the afternoon, it eased up. Anyway, I started doing the carnivore diet. I was very good. I stopped all the sugars, all the breads, pizzas, pastas, rice. I stopped all of it. And the first thing I noticed, and it was only about 3 days later, was I felt full of energy. Now, you have to be a bit quiet. No, don't start poking your tongue out. It's rude. So then I noticed my energy levels were returning. So I knew there was something changing in me. And then I noticed I could run down the stairs. And I was like, you never can run down the stairs in the morning. Yeah. So something was changing in me. And then very quickly, I was like, my God, you only went to the toilet once today. I hadn't only gone to the toilet once for 10 years. 10 years, maybe longer. Anyway, as I was eating the carnivore diet, and at first I was doing a 24-hour fast, so I was only eating once a day. I definitely stopped all the foods that you're supposed to stop. No cakes, no sugar, no ice cream, no fizzy drinks, no bread, no pasta, no rice, no pizzas, no spaghettis. Yeah, I was stopping it all. Yeah, and I was like, some days I went to the toilet every other day. So I'm like. Then my weight started falling off. I was 12 stone 4, 12 stone 5. I'm like that. In less than, I think in a week, I was under 12 stone. I thought, something's really working here. But the biggest thing that stood out to me was, wow, look at the energy I've got. I was bursting with energy, and I wanted to run around the house doing things and fixing my car and doing the garden and going for runs and doing more weightlifting, because I do weightlift 3 times a week. I used to run every other day, but I've changed it now. I used to run every day, only 1.5 miles, but I've changed it now. I now run every other day because I've learned that if your body thinks you're going to run every day, it holds on to fat. So I actually have noticed that by running every other day, that I could drop my weight. But what I did find is that my weight only dropped to 10 stone 10 and then stopped.
Skibby done,
Yes. So 10 stone 10 is fine with me. It's a good weight. And so your body has a default and it knows the weight that is right for you. So if you're overweight and you want to do this diet, you're going to lose weight, trust me. And you're going to lose weight fast as long as you do the diet correctly. Your body won't just keep losing forever. It will get to a point where it says, no, I'm happy there. I'm not letting you drop any more weight. And then what then also happens is that because you're giving your body the correct food, the proper human diet, fatty meat, eggs, fish, you can have a bit of cheese, salt, water. Your body, your immune system is boosted. And I don't know if you know this, most people do, that meat and eggs and fish is absorbed into you. You don't create this masses of fiber that needs to be excreted. Yeah, it's absorbing most of what is needed to, so your body runs at its optimum, so it runs at its best, and it literally is fixing your body. Every single part of your body is being repaired and rejuvenated, and the clock starts to turn backwards. And it's unbelievable. You literally can't believe it's happening. And every week you look in the mirror and you're like, I look different. If you watch a video of me a year ago, you really can see the difference. And now, every time I see a friend or an acquaintance or a work colleague, they're like, oh, you seem different. You look different. You've lost weight. And they know something's changed in me. And as soon as I mention the carnivore diet, they're like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You're going to have a heart attack. All carnivores know that if you talk about the carnivore diet to most people, they think you're going to die. It's not true. You're not going to die. And I've learned now, only really push and talk about the carnivore diet to your friends, family, and acquaintances if they're interested. If they're not interested, you better not to say anything. Yeah. If they ask, then great. Anyway, so I'm getting all these amazing benefits, and stopping inflammation is the key here. Once your body doesn't have inflammation, everything fixes, and you can reverse pre-diabetes. You can reverse type 2 diabetes. And this is the other thing I noticed, is that when you're eating fatty meat and eggs and fish and cooking in butter, cooking in your animal fats, your hunger massively reduces. Instead of being constantly hungry. So now, when I was a carb addict and a sugar addict, I was constantly hungry. I was hungry as soon as I woke up, all day, all evening, before I went to bed. I think I even used to dream about food. And if I walked past a very tasty snack, whether it be a donut or a chocolate bar or anything that was just bad for me, I would buy it and eat it. And eating led my life. I followed my eating. Now, this is what I've learned with the carnivore diet. Food doesn't need your life anymore. Yes, you look forward to your 1 or 2 meals a day, because I now have 2 meals a day. I eat at 1:30 p.m. I have eggs and bacon. And then at 6, I have ribeye steak or lamb chops or pork bellies or eggs. Yeah. So I do look forward to those 2 meals, but I'm telling you now that I fill myself up and I don't need to eat between the meals. I definitely do not have breakfast. I'm completely against cereals. Cereals are so bad for you. Just like margarine is bad for you, vegetable or oil is bad for you. Stay away from any fake foods. And I do really call these foods fake foods. Like, for example, anything in a box, in a packet, in a tube, anything with where you look at the ingredients and there's loads of words, you just don't understand them. It isn't food, it's fake food. And if you want real food, you must get meat, eggs, fish, and if you're gonna, I have learned that processed like meats are better than eating sugar. So like a hot dog, you know, it's still not great, but I'd rather eat a hot dog. I'm on about just the sausage than a slice of bread or a chocolate bar. You get me? So bit by bit, I'm literally, I start thinking I'm going to start posting videos about the successes of this diet because I can't believe how much good it's done for me. And so I'm still learning now. I really do spend a lot of time trying to understand the human body, trying to understand why the human body likes meat, eggs, fish, and all the rest of it. Trying to understand what carbs we can eat, like on the keto diet. Trying to understand about low carbs, what fruits and veggies. I've learned all about oxalates. Now, this is another big thing. Oxalates in vegetables. Now, I've had problems with my health, and I never realized that it could have been caused by having a salad. Because when I was younger, I loved a salad. So you have to be careful with the salads you're eating. Even fruit. Fruit is so fattening, and the fruit is the glucose in the fruit, or the fructose, is dealt with by your liver. So if you're eating too much fruit, you can get fatty liver, which will also make you look fat, have a big tummy. But I used to eat loads of fruit because I thought the more fruit I eat, the more healthy I am. I was sticking to the 5 a day. Now, we all know about the pyramid diet, where things like grain, fruit, veg, brown breads, anything that is low fat, that is light, is pushed to us like it's healthy. It's not. All breads are crap. Sorry, all breads are poison. Pasta's poison, sugar's poison, rice is poison. So all cereals are poison. They're not good for you. Stay away from all of the vegetable oils and sunflower oils and corn oils. It's all poison. Yeah. If you're going to have oils that are not meat based, go with olive oil. Don't cook it too hot in your temperatures, because any of these vegetable fats, if you go higher than a certain temperature, can become, I think the word's rancid. Yeah. So don't overheat your vegetable fats. Yeah. So I personally stay away from the vegetable fats, but maybe sometimes I'll have a bit. I'm doing a live at the moment. Maybe sometimes I'll have a bit of olive oil, a bit of coconut oil, or avocado oil sometimes, but no, almost never. Yeah. And very rarely I'll have a salad, and fruit. To me, fruit is a massive treat. So I haven't had any fruit for about 4 or 5 days. But if I have an apple, that to me is like, whoa, celebration time. That is a treat for me. Luckily, I don't crave chocolate. I don't crave pizzas or bread or cakes or donut. I'm very lucky that the meat diet, the meat, eggs, fish, cheese, fatty meat, has, for some reason, I don't crave any of that, but I will crave a bit of fruit. So if I go past a really tasty looking orange or pear or peach or melon, I'm like, ooh, I want some of that. And I will have to stop myself from grabbing the fruit. And every now and then I may have some grapes, yeah? But I tell you now, every time I have any fruit, I always regret it. I'm just reading your comment. Threw everything away, use only tallow and grass-fed butter. Yeah, that's great advice, Carmen. And you've just hit the jackpot there. When I decided to become carnivore, I threw away all the foods in my house that were bad. And I told my wife, keep all of it away from me, hide it from me. Because in the early days, so the first 2 or 3 weeks, which was quite tough, adjusting on the carnivore diet, I was craving everything. I was hungry all day, and it took 2 or 3 weeks for the craving to subside. And what I was doing, I was drinking pints of water. I was putting butter in my coffee, and that was helping to reduce the hunger a bit. And it was still tough. Yeah, okay, let me just press that here. Just wait for that yellow line to stop. So anyway, so I'm not going to lie to you. The craving in the early days was tough. It was tough, but I'm fine now, thankfully. I know, but let me just right. Let me just turn this down a bit. Right, anyway, I'm coming to the end now. I need to finish now, Right. Anyway, I'm coming to the end now. So just to wind things up a bit. I know I've gone on a bit too long. I just want everyone, if the people that watch this video that are going to watch it like another time, another day, I just want you to say to you, the carnivore diet does work. Yeah, I understand people think it's weird. I understand why people think they're going to die of a heart attack if they eat too much meat and eggs, even though it's not true. Society has been brainwashed into thinking that cholesterol is a killer. I get it. It's not true, but I understand it. And society has been encouraged to eat salads and fruits and cereals, even though they're bad for us especially if you have too much of them. I see why people think that the carnivore diet is very strange. And all I can say is I am an experiment, a 9-month experiment, and it definitely worked for me. And if you are watching this video and you've come across it by accident and you're overweight, or you've got pre-diabetes, or you've got type 2 diabetes, or you've got autoimmune issues, if you've got stomach issues like IBS, IBD, Crohn's, colitis, if you're having dizzy spells, if you've got anxiety, depression, if you're aching, if you've got arthritis, and this can even help early stages of dementia, the carnivore diet can reverse all of it. Now, it's not going to be a miracle and do it in a week. You have to stick with it, and you have to do it properly. Yeah. And keto as well. So you can, if you're the type that doesn't want to just eat fatty meat and eggs and fish and butter and cook in your meat, you can try a bit of low carb fruit, yeah, and some nuts, yeah, because it's a tough diet. But what you'll find is that as you adjust, your body will crave the meat and it will crave the fish and the fats, yeah. So it will adjust on its will. And remember that when you're eating correctly, your body tries to go back to default mode. It tries to reset and go back to the way ancestrally that it was designed to function at its optimum. But it can only do that if you're putting the correct foods in your mouth. And the other myth is this. I'm going to finish on this. Don't think that you catch illnesses, that you were born with illnesses. I mean, obviously you can, and some are. But I'm telling you now that 95% of illnesses that we are getting as human beings are caused by eating the incorrect food, by putting the wrong foods in our mouth, the poisons, the ultra-processed garbage that we are encouraged to eat. And remember, we have been turned, this is the whole world now, into addicts. We are sugar addicts, we are carb addicts, and there's many, many things that we can blame around the world because it's thrown at us. But ultimately, we are in charge of ourselves. And we, meaning me and you, have to go, no, I'm going to eat the correct way. I'm going to save my life. I'm going to extend my life. I'm sure you want to live longer for your family, for your kids, for your grandparents, for your cousins, for your friends. You don't want to die young. You don't want to be obese, unhealthy, unhappy. You want to change your life. We all do, deep down. You don't want to be depressed. We all want the best for ourselves. And we all know deep down what is right for us. And I'm saying to you now, you will transform your life if you give the carnivore diet a try, or keto. Even if you just try it for 30 days and you A new you will emerge from the you that you are now. The you that has been eating badly for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And I'm telling you now that you could be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and you can change your life. It's not too late. You've obviously seen Old Man Carnivore with his YouTube channel. And I think, I'm trying to remember what his age is. I think, how old is he? I think he's 70 something. And he is running and weightlifting, and he feels the best he's ever felt. And his channel's excellent. And you could be 70 years old and fat and very unwell with type 2 diabetes. And if you go on this diet, 6 months later, you will be slim. Your type 2 diabetes will be gone. You will look better, and you will be healthy. And many of your illnesses would have fallen away, and you'll be off medication. Don't write yourself off because you're 40 or 50 or 60. No. 60, you can be amazing. You can be athletic and youthful and bouncing with energy. So, yeah. Yes, Carmen. Yeah. It is like being a junkie, and where you can't walk past food, where your house is full of crisps and sweets and chocolates and donuts and cakes, and where you're constantly eating. Carnivore Transformer. Hello, Carnivore Transformer. What's your name? I'm Louis. It's nice to meet you. And I'm in Southwest UK. So what I'm saying is that don't be like I was a year ago. Well, I was thinking, I'm going to have a heart attack in my 60s. I'll probably die in my 60s. And so don't be like me. No. Be the person that I became, that went, right, I'm taking charge, taking control of my life, my destiny, my future. I'm going to transform my life. And I tell you now, my wife is 40 years old. 40 years old. I'm very lucky. She's a beautiful lady. And I used to worry that me being 16 years older than her, I was going to die way before her. We've got 5 children. And I used to worry about it all the time. I'll probably die in my 60s or 70s, and she'll be around for another 20 years longer than me. No, I am going to live into my 90s. And with me and my wife are going to, quite touching saying actually, me and my wife, even though she's 40 and I'm 56, are going to grow old together, because I ain't dying in my 60s. I ain't dying in my 70s. I'm going on till I'm 100 because of this diet, because I've taken charge of my life. I'm going to put the correct foods in my mouth, and I am going to live on and on because of this diet. And that can be you. Thank you. But I talk from the heart. And maybe sometimes I come across bullshit, but I think many carnivores, and I'm guessing Carnivore Transformer, what's your name? Oh, nice to meet you, Graham. South Africa. Wow. My wife competed in South Africa, and she competed in Cape Town. She's in a trampoline competition about 19 years ago. She actually went there and she loved it, my wife. And hello, Diane. Nice to meet you. So anyway, I'm going on about the diet again now. So part of the reason I'm so passionate about this diet is because it worked. That's everything. You know, my wife tried it because my wife wanted to lose some weight, and she went carnivore for about 2 weeks, and she lost 1.5 stones in 2 weeks, and she was glowing. But my wife, she loves her pizzas and her chocolate and her sweets and her bread, so she didn't stick with it. So she now has a bit of everything. And I keep telling her stop eating the bad foods, but she don't listen to me. But the 2 weeks she did look great, and she still looks great, but she did. It was a massive success. And she does during the week. My wife is carnivore Monday to Friday. But then what happens is Saturday and Sunday, actually, no, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, she doesn't do carnivore. But like tonight, I'll cook her a steak and some eggs, and she loves it. And even my daughter, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and she has a steak every night. And I'm going to make her a ribeye steak tonight, actually, when she comes home. So from Tippy Bottom of State in Texas. Texas. Well, I love Texas. It's funny because I have an Elvis Presley channel, and it's called Elvis Daily Planet, and it's an amazing channel because I love Elvis. So it's called Elvis Daily Planet, and I did a video today of Elvis Presley landing in Houston, Texas airport. Is that still there? Houston, Texas airport, Diane? And it's 1975. And it's some old footage, and I posted it on my Elvis channel. Yeah. Let me just look at that a minute. Yeah, Carnival Transformer. Day 363. Nearly a year. Yeah, we're very similar. I think I started around June. So yes, you've done amazing. Is it Graham? Have you? Isn't it one of these things where you just don't want to go back to how things used to be? You don't want to turn back the clock. You don't. This is the thing. When I get cravings, I always think I'm not going to go back to how I was 9-10 months ago, where I just hated my life and I was fat and unwell and going to the toilet 8 times a day. Had serious bad rashes and dandruff and bleeding gums. I'm not going back to that. No chance. I'm sure will look cool, Elvis. Look it up. It's called Elvis Daily Planet. And I posted the video today. So it's my most recent video. And it's Elvis boarding an aeroplane in 1975 in Houston, Texas. So anyway, I'm not trying to promote my Elvis channel. I'm just saying it's coincidence that today I did a video on Houston, Texas. Anyway, so yeah, and you just spoke to me, Graham, about being off the meds, yeah? Hypertension meds, lost 50 pounds, congratulations. And as Dr. Ken Berry said, huzzah to Graham. Yeah, and this is the other thing that I say in my videos. Because medication isn't curing anyone. It's just dumb. It's numbing, isn't it? It's numbing your problems. And the doctors keep increasing the doses of the medication, whether it be for depression, anxiety, or for stomach problems, or for pain, it could be anything, couldn't it? The medication isn't working. Statins, I think, are dangerous. But I'm no doctor. But I just think if you start eating correctly, the proper human diet, bit by bit, you'll need less and less medication. And eventually you will become medication free. And if you're watching this video and you're not a carnivore and you're on heavy medication, trust me, the day will come where you will have no medication if you put the correct things in this mouth. Remember, what you put in your mouth will decide your future. And it's true what they say, you are what you eat. It's completely true. And I've learned this so much. So, yeah, so Graham's saying, I don't want to go back even if I can eat carbs, but I refuse to. Yeah, I feel like that. I don't think we have a choice. I don't think we can go back because our future is so good. The future we've got ahead of us is so fantastic. Why would we? Now, do we get bad days? Sometimes, for me, a bad day is having fruit. That's a bad day for me. And I don't eat chocolate, thank God for that. I don't eat sweets. I don't like crisps. So it really is, fruit is a bad day for me. But even if I do have a piece of fruit, which I haven't had for about 4 days. I think I had an apple 4 days ago. No, it was half an apple. And it was 4 days ago. And it was a bit of leftover apple that my daughter had had. And do you know what? After I'd eaten it, I felt guilty. I thought, why did I eat that? And when I woke up in the morning, I could feel that apple. It was something different in me. So my body doesn't want it anymore. My body wants the fat. It wants the protein. It wants the water, the salt. And there's no way I'm touching fizzy drinks. No chance. My God, it's poison. And orange juice, poison. And margarine, poison. And I love butter. I put butter on everything. I love cooking using the fats that come out of my meat. And I'm gonna just say, I also like Sean Baker. I find his videos interesting. And there's the handsome guy. Oh, what's he called? Tell me who the handsome guy is. That's the Carnivore. That used to be a rugby player. Oh, what's his name? I forget his name. I'm sure one of you all know who I'm talking about. So Mike Meshel, hello, Mike. Where are you from? All right, okay, right. I've watched loads of videos on coffee. It's a hot topic. I don't think it's good for you. I don't think you should have coffee, but I have found that coffee with butter has massively helped with my hunger cravings to stopping me from overeating. So I need something, and coffee and tea, not with sugar, has helped me. But being honest, no, don't have it. Don't have coffee, or at least go decaf. North Carolina. Well done, Mike. Are you on the carnivore diet, Mike? This is my son, Tino. He's 3 years old. And just so you know, I'm 56 and I'm 57 July the 10th. So it's nice chatting with all of you. I know that I've gone on a bit too much. So I'm just going to keep saying the same thing, really. And the diet has transformed my life and it's given me my life back. I actually think it's even saved my relationship because... Oh, well done. And how's it been for you then, Mike? Has it been successful for you? How long have you been on it for? Yes. Tony Chaffee, rugby player. Correct. I love his videos. He's amazing. Love him. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm enjoying it as well. And my kid's being so quiet. I've got 5 kids. So who else do I like? Do any of you watch Old Man Carnivore? Because I actually quite enjoy his videos when he's whisking his eggs, and I just find him funny. He's very straight laced. Unless you're 100% carnivore, he thinks you're a bit naughty. And I think most carnivores now and then break the rules. I think that's because we're just human. Yeah, he's called Old Man Carnivore, and he's 7. I think he's 70, and a lot of his videos are like cooking and stuff, but when he gets technical and he talks to you about how the body works, about how mitochondria and insulin, and how the body works with insulin resistance, and how the food is absorbed into you, and the effect that your body has when you eat fiber. He's very technical, and you learn a lot from him. And the same goes for Dr. Ken Berry. He'll go into the reasons why things are good for you, and he'll educate you. I need educating. Yeah, I'm obsessed with learning about why the carnivore diet works, why we get ill, and why the modern diet makes us ill. I really want to know why. I don't just want to eat different and get better. I want to know why. Yeah, and like today, I was watching videos on what is his name? I forget the name. The person that it's his fault that the world was told that meat and eggs and cholesterol is bad for you. Is it Axel something? Oh, what's his name? 70 years ago, his studies were used to say that meat and eggs and cholesterol was bad for you and causing heart attacks. What do any of you know his name? Is it Axel something? And I watched a lot of information, understanding what happened. And it had to do with the president of America at the time, who had serious heart problems. Is it Roosevelt? And so Roosevelt appointed this man to come up with the correct diet to try and help him. And so, and what happened was he told President Roosevelt to eat more carbs, and he made himself much, much worse. Yes, Old Man Carnivore. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of who the guy was that America listened to his studies and his advice, and from that came the new pyramid of the correct way to eat. And then the whole world was told to have a balanced diet and eat more fruit and carbs and things like brown bread and grain and vegetable oils. And we were told that vegetable oils and margarine was better for us, I think, because it would lower our sugar level. It was just, all of it was garbage. But unfortunately, this advice that was given to us 70 years ago around the world has been followed. And when you Google anything to do with, yes, it was a questionnaire. What is his name again? I've got it on my phone, but I've left my phone over there. But yes, it wasn't proper studies. There was no evidence to back any of it up. And because the big companies, the big corporations were involved, because there was a lot of money to be made, they bought the studies. The studies were paid for so that we would carry on eating all the wrong foods, and it seriously harmed the meat industry and butter industry and egg industry, and the billions of people that have died because we've been encouraged to eat this wrong food. It's just terrible. I'm just trying to remember what his name is. Is it Axel Keys? Is that what it is, his name? And I found quite a few interviews with him. Even he lived till he was quite old, and I've seen some interviews with him, and he stuck to his guns. He never changed his mind. He never came out with the truth that we all need to hear. And the problem you got now is that when you're trying to tell people the truth about cholesterol, and to people that don't know about the diet, they just think you're silly. They don't want to listen. They just turn their eyes up, and then you just feel silly yourself. So either people are interested in doing it or they're not. I don't think you can force them all. And close family, you watch your close family eating sugar and carbs and that, and they're serious addicts, and you try and talk to them and they just give you funny looks because they don't want to know, they don't want to hear it. So it's tough. And the best advice I've heard on the internet is that people see the success of how well you're doing, and then they ask you, oh, why do you look better? Why do you look younger? Why are you getting healthy? And then they're ready to listen. That's what I've learned. Anyway, I'm going to have to go. I've really enjoyed talking to all of you guys. Thanks a lot for coming in. Before the 70s were healthy, after the incident of the president, the whole world. Yeah, you're right. And but unfortunately, that guy who was advising the president probably led to his early death. So, and then his advice went on to kill millions and millions of people, to shorten millions and millions of people's lives. It was terrible. Thanks a lot, Graham. Thanks a lot, Carmen. Anyone that's joined in, anyone that's listening. And I know a lot of you are going to watch this like tomorrow or the day after. So if you're just waking up in another country, God bless you from Southwest UK near Bristol. And I'll speak to you all soon. Yes, I know all about the Atkins diet. It's very, very interesting. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm sending you all love. God bless you all. You're welcome. God bless. Say goodbye, Tino. You going to say goodbye? Give us a little wave. Don't be shy now. He's shy. All the best. God bless. I'll give you a wave.